Cameron Rose. We're at Rock River High School. I'm about to do a track workout. Today's more like a kind of a regeneration day and like rhythm day because I'm just come off of a meet, and so we're trying to just get my rhythm down and everything and make sure like my form's pretty good. We got like some wicket runs, some start mechanics, and with some others. So I got to see what else he has planned.
Today we're just going to run a couple wickets, line starts to kind of get his rhythm and everything back, and just to keep him kind of sharp and fresh. All right, spike it up. So for these line drills, Cam, we just gonna go from a 3-point, working on that range of motion, your push from the back. So you're driving out to the blue triangle. Perfect. Well, you look. That was, for your first one, that looked almost as good as me back in the day. Last week.
You know, I'm a little bit taller, so, you know, that can definitely be one thing that's challenging. But, you know, we work on it a lot and, you know, make sure we get, you know, right angles and everything and mechanics so that we can have a better start.
With this, we're real simply shin angles. You want to make sure that those shins are in a 45-degree angle and he's getting in the optimal pushing position or what I call the power position as he's coming out. Again, as a tall sprinter, you know, it's a real challenge to get him to stay in that power position. Push, push, push. Good. Especially in indoor when it's such a fast race, and he's been kind of slipping the past couple meets in the 55. So just really trying to get him into the right kind of stride pattern coming out of those blocks where he feels comfortable and it's not so bunched up on him. So it's pretty much what we're looking for. And that he's powerful. The settings are his foot settings. Every cone, it extends a foot. So as they're driving out, I just want him to be able to visualize, because obviously the cones aren't going to be there in the race, but visualize where that power is going to take him and where those feet should be landing. Set. Hey! With each successive step that he takes. And he's right on. He's looking good. So you see what happened there? What happened? Tell me before I say something. You felt that, right? He was a half step off. So you can't anticipate. You just got to react. So no different than when you're in a block. And this is leading up to this next race, what I want to really focus on is you focusing on those feet. All right, when I say set, your focus needs to be on the pressure of your feet in the ground so that you don't have to think about, I got to move. Once you hear that go or bang or whatever, automatically push, press, and get out. So I don't want that lag that you had there. The one before that, when I didn't say anything, it was fire. Yeah. All right, so you want to be able to get out, be able to react, and have that same reaction, that same explosive, whether you are with or without that command. All right, catch your breath.
Oh yeah, that's definitely like one of the most important things, you know, good form, because, you know, you can always build on good form. You know, form is something, you know, you have that, you can get better, and it's something, you know, Virginia Tech, they're going to teach it to me anyway, so, you know, better off to have it now.
A session like this is extremely important because one of the things that we talk about is staying healthy and keeping the athletes happy, and you do that by making sure that, you know, when we plan out the season, we plan out the races, that we have ample recovery in between our races and in between the session, so that there's adaptation to the system so that we can continue to progress it. So that's just something that we're gonna work on, is that reaction. Because haven't been to your last 2 races, but that's probably has something to do with it. Now, when you start and you probably playing catch up and panicking and not being as smooth. So that's all right. That's good to see. Now we know we'll fix it on Saturday. We'll start working on it. We got 2 weeks, right? Yeah. At least 2 weeks. All right. I'm gonna give you about 3 minutes to recover, and then we're gonna finish with with the wickets?
Feeling pretty good, pretty powerful, you know. Definitely gotta get my reaction a little bit better, but other than that, felt pretty smooth. We do a lot of videos so that way we can see what we're doing, see what we can work on. It just helps a lot because, you know, I can see kind of what he's talking about too, you know, so what he wants me to do, and like I can, you know, really work on it and see what I'm doing.
No, you're gonna start down to here, sprinting through, working on just holding that upright position in your maximum velocity phase, and then when you get to the green, now you start thinking about your dip. So like we did, come off, maintain that rhythm through here. Once you get in that area, that's your metal zone, start thinking about 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Because I've been watching you, and you kind of like a half second off on that dip. That's like 5/10 right there. On you. Stand up tall, step down, step down, step down. That's okay, but don't ever slow down. I mean, even if you hit, you make that mistake, make it full speed. You gotta keep, because in a race, you may have a misstep. All right, you gotta still keep executing all the way through. So what happened, the reason why you clipped that, as you got here, that toe dropped. Keep that toe dorsiflex and get off the ground. In between here, you kind of fell asleep. Stay up, keep those hips up, and keep that toe nice and solid, all right? With this, first thing I'm looking at is body position and making sure that as he touches down, that he's landing underneath his center of mass, so that there's that straight line. So, and also that I'm looking for any breaks in his or collapse in his hips. So I'm looking for that straight up and down. As he's going over, I'm also looking at that heel recovery and that step down, and making sure that he's recovering that heel nice and tight, getting back up to that full stride position, and then coming off, that he's maintaining that same stride pattern all the way through. You actually leaned on the lean right for that's probably the first time in 2 years, boy. All right, last one, you do it right, we call it a day. All right, execute now, execute. Remember the movements, feel it. There we go, all the way through. All right. My man know how to dip now. Woo! You might run something this next meet.